Well, my name's George Carroll, and I am primarily a business coach for entrepreneurs utilizing NLP or neuro-linguistic programming, and also utilizing some deep hypnotic work as well, hypnosis. And I work with entrepreneurs who, are solopreneurs in their own business, or entrepreneurs who have, a slew of 8 to 10 employees, and it really ranges because the work that I do is so relevant to human beings.
Can you give an example?
Oh, sure. I work with quite a few network marketers because we all have these ideas around selling. And, whether it's good or bad, it's neither nor, but it's the label that we mentally place on it. And so with a lot of network marketers, they know they have this great product because they've experienced it in their bodies. And this one woman was working with Arbonne, who is a kind of a skincare company. She loves the product. She loved how they've helped her and how they've helped her skin. But she was having problems with, actually presenting the material with individuals. And there was a hesitation on asking them, for their buy-in, or asking them for another appointment, or asking them because there was a fear underneath all of it, which was a lot of times when working with entrepreneurs, there's a fear of rejection. Because, we want to be accepted by people. And so it prevents us from a lot of times asking for the business or asking, deeper probing questions. And so we shifted just some of her thinking patterns around what it meant for her to ask for the business. And just with a couple of quick processes and quick techniques, she felt completely different. She was able to see the situation from a new perspective, which gave her this feeling of freedom inside to be more aggressive, to ask the questions because she totally believed in the products. Some small tweaks in thinking about certain experiences really helps people kind of get unstuck sometimes. And so with this woman in specifics, we worked on her trying to get every single person in her mind was what she wanted to do. Her trying to bring every person on into the business. And if she didn't, she felt like a huge failure. If she wasn't able to bring every single person she met with, that she would consider herself a huge failure. And so we started to look at, some people are just going to be ready, for this opportunity, and some people aren't. And as soon as we started to map out the different characteristics of people who are ready and her behavior towards them, and people who aren't ready and her behavior towards them, she started to really notice the difference in when to work with people more or when to just let people go and say, hey, I don't think this is the right fit for you. And by making that distinction, it freed up so much of her energy to just let people go that weren't a good fit and to really start pursuing people who she knew in her mind was a good fit. And that one was as simple as that. And sometimes it can be a little bit longer, but that's just a quick example. The biggest thing that we can do is consciously direct our focus of attention. Because what we focus on creates a feeling or an emotion inside. And if we begin to focus on, the economy's bad, or clients aren't coming in, or I'm not generating the revenue, it's going to create this feeling of, I better do something about it, or scarcity or fear of. But when we start to look at and focus on the things that are going right, start to focus on, the ideas that are coming, start to focus our attention on the things that are working, it totally creates a different internal resource for us to work from. Because when we're operating out of fear, so much of the time, we're not that effective when meeting with potential clients, meeting with potential partners, or meeting with anyone. We're just in a fear state. It's a fight or flight response, and when we're operating out of that place, one, we're more susceptible to getting ill. And two, we're just psychologically not as resourceful as we can be. So when we start to consciously focus our attention on what's working, what is it that's going right? What do I love about my business? What do I do that I'm good at? What do I really enjoy about my clients? My target market, what do I love about them? We start to create literally a different internal emotional resource to operate from, and we become more effective in that sense. So to break all of that down, I would just say consciously focus our attention on the things that are working, the things that are going right, and just notice this shift internally and then operate our businesses from that state.